Hello everybody. On May the 6th, we've got a new moon at 16 degrees of Taurus. And this is probably one of the slowest new moons I've ever talked about. Why? Because we've got 5 planets that are retrograde at the time of this new moon. And we've also got 4 planets in Taurus. And Taurus, by its very definition, is a slow sign. The first sign is Aries, which is let's get moving, we've got ideas, let's move, let's follow new opportunities, let's find inspiration. And Taurus takes a nice deep breath and says, well, let's look at how we're going to finance everything. Let's look at how we're going to make something grounded and bring it to reality. So it's much slower. Think of the element of Aries, which is fire, and the element of earth, which is Taurus. So this is a very earthy moon with 4 planets in Taurus. But we've got this retrograde energy. Retrograde. When I think of retrograde, I'm thinking of walking backwards, doing things backwards. Do you know that walking backwards is actually very healthy for you? It's really good for you. I've been trying it lately because I've been meditating on this new moon. And when you walk backwards, all your senses are engaged. And Taurus rules all the senses, anything that is sensual. And well, with Venus in Taurus as well, this is a very sensual time. When you walk backwards, you're really aware of everything, yes? And your brain, apparently your brain has to work harder, your muscles work, you exercise some new muscle groups. So you might want to practice just a little bit of backward walking at this time, because that's really what's going to serve you at the time of this new moon. So a new moon is new beginnings. For me, a new beginning here is to speak more slowly, not to have to rush at everything. There are a lot of points given in our society for fast, fast, fast. For example, you know, oh yes, he got through his class and he's a year younger than everybody else. Oh look, he got to university and he's only 16. Speed is something that seems to have, it's hallowed in our society. But there must be some balance. When you see somebody doing Tai Chi and you see those beautiful slow movements, that's what this moon is all about. Finding the slow pace inside of you. What I'm finding is that the more I slow down, the more I'm getting done. It's like a paradox, really. It really is rather strange. But we do have Mars retrograde as well. We've had the last 2 moons, the Aries new moon, the Scorpio full moon. It's been a lot of Mars energy going on. Now we get a Taurus new moon. And we've got Venus energy. Venus. It's about enjoyment. So because Taurus rules the senses, think about how are you eating? Are you focused on just eating when you eat something, or are you watching a movie, speaking on the phone, distracted when you're eating, or are you engaging your senses? I had a watermelon recently for the first time in donkey's years. Oh, and it was just absolutely delicious. Even just thinking about it now brings the saliva into my mouth. So, slowing, even to the point of going backwards, of exercising new parts of your brain. This new moon is triggering that, and even more so because we've got a grand trine going on with the Taurus energy, and we've got Pluto in Capricorn and Jupiter in Virgo. So we've got transformational energy at hand for you at the time of this new moon, sorry. You can transform your thinking. You can transform the way you do things. It's certainly helped for me becoming left-handed. That's blooming well slowed me down, I can assure you. I'm much more careful when I'm chopping vegetables than I ever used to be. I'm more careful when I'm doing my teeth now, because if I'm not careful, I nearly gouge my mouth out. So what can you do to slow yourself down? Taurus rules money as well. It's a time of reflection about money and what is it you really need. Are you chasing money for more stuff, more things? And do those things actually bring you joy, pleasure? We're living in such a time of flux and change. As I've said, this is a mutable year, and June even more so, the mutable cross coming into play. So maybe it's time as well to reflect about what gives you security, what gives you freedom. If you slow down, we may begin to come up with some much better ideas to run our economy than the way things are being run now, where pretty much all the banks are bankrupt and they're just running on printing zeros in computers. They just press another few zeros and create more money, while most of us are slaves to this system. With this grand trine is an opportunity for us to come up in the slow, quieter moments with a much more equitable way of dealing with money and finance. Because this has to come, and it is coming, and of course I'll be talking about that more as I move into this 2020 information that I will be sharing with you very shortly. So I've entitled the video Slow Hand. My friend told me it had a bit of a sexual connection, but really it's just about slowing, observing, becoming aware, living in the moment. If ever the planets were giving you an opportunity to live in the now, this combination of the retrogrades and the Taurus are helping you to bring you right into your body, right into the present moment.